Alright, so these are the top 5 mistakes I see gym owners all around the world making online. But first of all, who am I and why should you care? My name's Oliver. I run a commission-based business that helps dozens of gyms all around the world grow their business and get more members. Now that plugs out the way, let's get into it. So one of the mistakes I see too common is not having at least 100 5-star reviews for your gym. Now, depending on where your gym is located, it will vary. Maybe if you're in a smaller town, it won't be as many. But generally speaking, if you're in a biggish town or city, 2/3 of your competition, maybe even more, will have at least 100 5-star reviews. Let's just do a quick example. If I was to, for example, go to Melbourne, which is where I live, and search gyms, the top results all have lots and lots of positive reviews. Now, there are some caveats to that. If you're a part of a big franchise like Anytime Fitness, you will rank higher on Google search. But if you're an independent gym, you will need lots and lots and lots of reviews to stand out. For example, the first independent gym that pops up has 300 reviews, nearly all of them 5 stars. So if you especially are an independent gym, you need to make sure that you have lots and lots of reviews. I'm not going to go into it now, but I did do a video on how to get 100 5-star reviews for your gym for close to nothing. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. So the second mistake I see far too common is not having some form of digital advertisement running for your gym. Now, if your gym's at sort of 95% capacity, this probably doesn't apply to you. But even if you are, close to that sort of 90-ish capacity, I would still recommend running at least some form of a marketing campaign. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to spend thousands a month on, for example, Facebook ads. You could do something really simple like a retargeting ad, which basically means if someone, for example, clicks on your website, then clicks off, you can target that person with a Facebook ad. And they're more often than not a really cost-effective marketing solution. So again, I did a video on this, won't get into it now, but I will leave a link in the description if that is something you're curious about. The third mistake I see too often, and definitely one of the biggest, is not making organic content that is genuinely of value. Now, listen, there's absolutely nothing wrong with funny memes, cat videos, appreciation posts, the whole shebang on your social media, but you have to understand that those things won't grow your business because they don't help your target market solve a problem that they have. Now, you might say, oh, well, that's how I sort of like to run my social media. It's a bit of my personality. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that sort of content. But as well as posting that sort of content, try and incorporate some content that is genuinely of value to the sort of people that you're ideally targeting. So, as a rough example, say, for example, you're a personal training gym that specializes in 50 plus clients and helping them gain more mobility. You could do just a selfie style video of hi, these are the top 5 exercises for 50s plus to gain more mobility. Likewise, if you're a strength and conditioning gym, top 5 exercises to grow upper body muscle. Get creative with it, but the important thing is to basically give away something that is genuinely valuable. If it's just sort of fluff and nonsense, more often than not, people aren't going to stick around to watch it. The next mistake I see, and to be honest, probably the biggest one that we're going to talk about today, is not having video testimonials, and importantly, lots of video testimonials. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you will probably have heard me say that the most important marketing asset your gym, or really any other business for that matter, can have is social proof. Now, you have to understand that when a new prospect that maybe has never heard of your gym and is perhaps looking for a gym encounters your gym, they will have a healthy level of skepticism. It's completely natural. But in my experience, one of the best ways you can disarm this skepticism is with social proof. At the end of the day, humans are very social creatures and we place a lot of value on what other people's opinions are. So in my experience, the best form to sort of convey this to your prospects is in video. Some examples could literally just be a 1-minute one-on-one interview with your client. They can maybe share a success story or some of the benefits that they've had with one of your products or services, but really just get creative with it. You can do written testimonials. It's definitely not as effective in my opinion, but if you do go down the route of collecting written testimonials, do make sure they're on somewhat of a trustworthy review site. For example, Google Reviews, Trustpilot, because if you just plop a bunch of random text on your website, no matter how good it is, no matter how legit the story might even be, if there's no sort of Google account attached to that, or it's not through a reputable review site like Trustpilot, people are just going to think it's fake, because unfortunately these days far too many things are faked online. And finally, the last mistake we're going to go over today is not having some form of a lead nurturing process or campaign. Now, this is only applicable if, for example, you are running some form of active marketing campaign. But basically, what a lead nurturing process is instead of doing what pretty much 90% of gyms do when it comes to marketing, especially online, which is, put an ad out there, collect a lead, and once they do collect the lead, they just constantly bombard them, borderline solicit them with just, join my gym, join my gym, join my gym. Instead, what we do, what I would rather recommend you to do is instead of just reaching out and almost pestering them to remind them to come and join your gym, what you want to do is reach out and provide them with, again, a genuinely valuable piece of content. This could be, for example, like we discussed earlier, a video that maybe shows them, some exercises that they might find of value. It could be some nutritional advice. It could really be anything. Get creative with it. But the reason you want to do this instead of, again, for example, just bombarding your target leads or target market with just SMS or email campaigns is because rather more often than not, that sort of stuff just gets ignored anyway. I'm sure you get tons of promotional texts and emails every day, and more often than not, you probably just ignore it. Your target market is more often than not doing the same sort of things if those messages do look generic and like everyone else's. Instead, what you want to do is you want to basically convey a ton of value up front, give them a piece of content that helps them, or rather gives them a piece of a solution to a problem that they might have. And this will basically have two effects on your target prospects. One, it will massively differentiate you from your competitors, but two, it's also going to disarm a lot of their skepticism because you've actually helped them, or at least partially helped them with a problem. So that's it for today. If you did find this content, or rather video, genuinely of value, I'll leave a link in the description. You can book a call with myself and we can go over some ways to help you and your gym grow. Other than that, thanks very much.